Libra, welcome back to your extended. I'm going to be using the Medicine Woman deck by Carol Bridges. So it's based on the concept of the Medicine Woman. Only major arcana card that came out in your first reading here is in the Hangman, and this was actually after I did the clarification. I'm getting a sense that the deception isn't big. It's just that there's something you're not seeing clearly, Libra. There's some kind of situation that you're just head over heels for, right? Head over heels here with our Ace of Cups, but there's more to this situation than you're necessarily seeing. And so the message is to be your own first priority. So you may be putting someone else first, and you're really being guided to stop that and to come back into your own energy. Sometimes when we fall in love, like you may have recently fallen in love, whether that love is, it could be love of a person, it could be love of a job or a situation, something like that. But I'm really kind of picking up like the vibe of a person. You can go all in on that and sort of forget to take care of your needs or forget the things that were important to you. Just making sure that fell, nothing went reversed. So Spirit is really saying you need to make sure that you stay and maintain yourself as your first priority. Because the situation isn't quite, everything is not revealed to you. Everything, the deception is, I'm not getting big deception. What I am getting in that major lesson is that you really need to, you're really not seeing things clearly, right? You need to see things from a new perspective. Typically, the Hangman is a card of surrendering. But I'm not getting that you need to surrender to anything. I think in a way it's the opposite, right? Like you're surrendering to everything. You're just jumping in there. But we can see not everything is clear. Not everything is revealed. In fact, there's a lot of mystery. There's a lot of mystery here when it comes to love and the seduction. Things are sounding good. The siren... this is kind of a little bit, you could be being led in a direction against your own highest good, right? So the siren is like this mythological creature who brought, who brought men to shores where they wouldn't necessarily survive that, right? Lured them to their death in some ways. I mean, not saying that's pretty dramatic here, right? We got a 7 of Swords. It's not extreme like that, but there's a deception, right? So you might be just like way too trusting here, way too full of this love, wanting to express this love, which is good. You see a lot of this like blue and green energy, the same blue and green energy that I saw in this initial card, the Oracle card. So the green being the heart chakra, the blue wanting to express it, but you may not have a full, complete picture. So let's go ahead and dig a little deeper, Spirit. What do you have for to clarify the mural card, please? The Oracle card, please, Spirit. All right. 3 of Arrows. So 3 of Swords in the traditional deck. Here we see the bison, right? That pierced heart, arrow through the heart on the bison. Well, let's see what else. Sometimes, right, as an artist, we create from our tragedy. Out of tragedy, we can create, maybe something has happened. Maybe that castle's been burning for quite some time. There's some healing that Spirit's trying to bring in for you, healing of that broken heart. Maybe your art is the way in which you do that, the expression through your art. And then the five of Cups. Yeah, definitely some heartache, some loss. Someone who's moved on from your life. These sort of circle portal image of a person standing in the back here and watching someone walk out of their life. I mean, that's a real painful thing to do. And particularly depending when this happened to you. Like if this is a child watching a parent walk out of their life, right? Your mother walked away, a partner who walked away from you. Here you're trying, and the thing is, right, you're offering up your love, and they're not taking it. They're walking away. This is very sad. This is very sad, Libra. This is very painful kind of thing. And they walked out of your life, right? That portal. They left your life. They could have died. There could be this thing too, as well as a kind of loss or a death. Losing somebody who was important to you. You see them walking a path in another portal on another plane. So this led to a great deal of heartache for you, Libra, in the past. That needs healing, right? This is what putting yourself first, finding your voice, finding your creativity, and being able to express that. And maybe that's why the castle's burning, right? Because that's you talking about the castle that burned, the thing that you lost, and finding a way to give voice to that. In the present and like the current situation, or how you're seeing things, it's like you're ready. You're ready to dive right on in. Maybe you've been very closed off for a while. You've had this healing moment. You've moved through this week. You're ready to take a leap in after being so closed off for a while to something. Let's clarify the Ace of Cups. See what's going on behind the Ace of Cups here. Exemplar of Arrows. Exemplar is King of Swords. Okay, we're again getting the sense of like mother and child energy. Again, this drawing, this coloring, very much like a childlike activity. There's some kind of, either you're the mother of a child, caregiver of a child, a parent of a child, some kind of mother-child relationship, maybe your mother, wanting to heal that cycle, right, of being left. Like this is very opposite kinds of energies. I haven't pulled the rest of those cards, but these are very opposite energies. One is the person who walks away from you, and the other is the one who's coming in and like healing that with the next generation, like the ideal of caregiving, right? A woman taking care of a son and teaching traditions, and the ancestors in the background. You can see they're both in the same circle. They're not in two different places, right? Whereas here, one person is outside, Libra, for you. So, ready to kind of complete that circle. Let's see what else is here. Two of Stones. So stones are pentacles in this card. Here is a person doing some washing, right? Washing away kind of a memory, nostalgia. There's only one person in this card, so the stones that are here are the things that you're carrying. But there's a kind of washing, a cleansing, a washing away of something. And then we've got the Lover's card, Ecstasy here. So healing some past hurt. Definitely by making yourself your own priority. Spirit is trying to get you to heal your past hurt. This mural card is to find your voice, to voice your love, right? Blue chakra, voice, the green, your love. You're ready to do it. You're in alignment with that. You're diving right in. Whoosh, I'm going in there. We've got Ecstasy, the Lover's card. You've done your healing work. You've come into balance, right, with this Two of Pentacles. You're ready to think about building something solid in a new way, and to step into your role as caregiver for that next generation. Maybe looking at building a family, something like that. Some kind of solid, something to heal this thing. You're ready to just step into your love. Maybe being a teacher too, right? There could be a way of being a teacher, but whatever you're doing, right, you're bringing in the Lover's energy, I mean, ecstasy is something that brings you great joy. I mean, this, whatever this situation is that you're in right now this week, Libra, I mean, it really, it excites you, it thrills you, you're jumping head over heels into it. I mean, you're very, very much in that place. Priestess of Cups, clarified, please, Spirit. Let's see what's going on for this. Three of Pipes. This is Three of Wands. Again, moving from one, from a dream into reality, right? Stepping through that portal, going from a dream into reality, from a place of love, right? Right. Libra. We have the Ace of Wands or the Ace of Pipes here. In this card, you can see the person is doing, literally smoking a pipe, trying to access or accessing the spiritual realm to find your inner creativity, your passion, whether that's music, art, looking for passion here, right? So this is what's coming forth. Starting out on a new journey, one that you're passionate about, particularly with that ecstasy, that Lover's card. And then the Six of Bowls, right? This is Six of Cups, doing that reflection on the past and thinking about where you're going to, remembering the past, past life. This is Six of Cups, is typically a past life card. And there's something that you're remembering of where you're supposed to go. And you can see here on the chest of the person, hello card, focus, is the face of a woman, right? Like somebody who's in your heart, that you're trying to remember and get back to and access to. There's something about the past and wanting that love. Again, I don't know if we're reflecting on the person who left, right? There's a sense of the person who walked out of your life still living in your heart, and Spirit trying to heal that and clear that and move that forward. Getting that sense of, the sense of nostalgia. So whatever happened in the past, Libra, where someone walked away from you, whether a past lover, family member, someone maybe passed on, and that you are, there's a sense of remembering and then in many ways moving on, like stepping into a new, accessing new information, that passion, in that Ace of Wands, but really the Three of Pipes here, moving on from an idea, a dream state, into a new adventure. But again, we've got these clouds, right? So there's clouds in this card, there's clouds in the Three of Pipes. There's some amount of this that's not grounded, right? In fact, we don't have any pentacles. We've got the Two of Stones. You're trying to, but we've only really got one. There's not a lot of pentacle energy. So some of this, actually I take that back. We've got the Three of Discs here. I would say, but a lot of sort of dreamy, airy, loving energy, which is good, because you're trying to access the heart and the emotions and heal. But I'm sort of sensing there may need some more grounding in these ideas. Please clarify the Three of Discs. What's going on with this situation? Okay, so Wheel of Fortune, Harvest in this deck. So there's something about fate, a fated connection, a fated turn of events. Spirit is trying to turn the wheel of fortune. So this is some part of your karma. Power Lodge of the Pipes is Queen of Wands. And here there's a man playing a flute, a child hanging out with a deer, and you're sitting there in the center. I'm assuming this is you, and it doesn't matter one's gender, but really meditating and getting this sense of family and connecting to spirit and becoming one and whole. So definitely this healing energy. I'm getting that healing energy. Spirit is trying to bring in that change of events. And then we've got Judgment. Here is Judgment or discernment in this deck, right? Remembering who you are and coming around to creating that kind of stable and happy home. So this is what you're trying to do with another person or people, is really create some kind of community and family. You've got the building blocks there. You're using your knowledge of the past, what you've healed from the past to do that. But let's see, what are you not seeing, right? So Spirit, let's go ahead and clarify the Seven of Swords. Go ahead and clarify that Seven of Swords, please. Seven of Swords clarified. The Eight of Stones. Let me pull all these out. Hermit Guide. An Eight of Pipes. I'm going to go ahead and pull one for the Hangman, please. Pulling one card for the Hangman. Balance, Justice. I'm going to take another one. Teaching Lodge of the Arrows, right? Okay. So there's something that you're not seeing clearly. There's some kind of deception, but I think the deception you're deceiving yourself. Well, that's good. It's like there's some kind of deception here, and that deception is that you're deceiving yourself as to what this is about. This is interesting. So you think this is about love relationship, right? Jumping into love. Yeah, I had said earlier the two swans weren't going in the same direction. But it's a little bit different than that. It's like this love isn't about, coming together and doing a traditional kind of love relationship, right? This love is inspiring you to step into your power as a kind of spiritual teacher and guide to shine the light for other people. So you think this love is about you and healing your wounds, from childhood, right? The person who walked out of your life, kind of resetting, rebalancing this energy and place, moving on to a new future, working to, see, there's no card. Okay, this Power Lodge of Pipes, right? Like working to have this quiet little family. But you see, this isn't a very traditional family card. So you're trying to do a little bit of happy family thing here, right? Like I'm going to have multiple generations come together and we're going to have this nuclear family, right? That's a happy family thing. But in fact, really, you're getting these messages from Spirit. You can see here, this is a very spiritual connection that you're developing with someone else. You're spiritually connected, right? Not only to the divine, but to the other members of your family, your children, your partner. And this is what you're not seeing. Fox in the Henhouse. What's not clear to you here is that you're really building something bigger than you. So you really are the fox. That's what it is. You're really the fox. You think you're the hen, but you're the fox. That's where you're deceiving yourself. Right? Because you're so used to being the hen. Right? And I think we all are. Immediately our knee-jerk response is, oh my gosh, this is a fox in the hen house. Watch out, danger. I need to protect myself. And in fact, no, not really. Not in this case. Like you can use your mind to be clever, to get what it is you are seeking. Right? This experience was a growth opportunity. 8. You've got these 8 cards. We've got 3 8s here. We've got 8. 8 is about the work, is about your work, right? We start out with mural. So we've got 8 of Pipes, 8 of Swords. And then the strength card, the 8. We've got 3 8s, 888. Spirit is trying to change, it's trying to heighten your sense of spirituality, your sense of work, are also karma. 8s take us, right, the infinity symbol. This is why the Wheel of Fortune, Wheel of Fortune, you're coming into destiny, becoming a guide, learning from the past, harvesting your knowledge of the past to lead others. What you're not seeing clearly, there is something you're not seeing clearly, and that is that, again, justice, balancing the ways in which these things are all interconnected, so that you're going to become a teacher, a spiritual teacher of this knowledge. This is why the Hermit is here. This is not a relationship about just diving into love. This is what you're not seeing. The deception is the self-deception as to what the true purpose of this new love, this new creativity is about. And it is about you stepping into your power to be a spiritual teacher and a guide, right? Whoop. Let's get that focus. That's you. You do have this lovely love to help you do your work in your life, but you are the first priority. This is why this is not about becoming codependent or really about coupling just you and another person. While you do have that ecstasy to motivate you, right, with another person, you're deeply in love with one another, you're feeling love, you're expressing love. This is what isn't clear, right, is that you're the muse, you're the siren, you're the one that's calling people not to their destruction, maybe away from their destruction, right, guiding them away from dangerous shores, helping them see from behind the clouds, giving them direction, pulling them out from behind the clouds. You are the guide. And that's the deception. It's a self-deception. It's a self-deception. You're the fox. But you're used to being the hen in the hen house. So you're used to not being the one who's clever, not being the one who can utilize their skills. It's interesting, Libra. So all this way with this beautiful love. And I was going there too. It was like, oh, we're all in love. And that was like, Spirit was like, no, that's not the point. That love is for creativity. That love is for your work. That love is to stay with you, to help you, drive you to believe in your own magic by putting yourself first, because you are a spiritual teacher and guide. And why do we need you? Because you're bringing in balance to the world. You see, the other portal we're going through is balancing out. On the bottom are these people holding up. You see these two people holding up the whole world? That's you. That's why you need all that love poured in you. Right? That's healing the past. This new love is healing your past of, being left, being walked away, being rejected. This is rejection. Ugh. Right? The nostalgia of the past, the sadness of the past hurt karma that we brought in, healing all of that so that you can help hold up the world, because we need you to bring in balance. Whoa, that was big. Gemini. No, Libra. Hey, maybe you should go read the Gemini reading. Although I don't know that this is the same reading, but I just said Gemini. Probably because the lovers are here. Speaking of Gemini, let's go through some of those signs. Yes, maybe that's why I'm saying Gemini. So you may be in love, Libra. You might look at Gemini reading, or maybe dealing with the Gemini. Someone with Gemini energy. So Gemini definitely was wanting to come out. The Strength card. You may have a Leo who you're either healing from a Leo, hurt that a Leo may have caused, or a Leo may be part of your healing process. What other signs do I see here? Virgo, Hermit. You may have a placement of Virgo. Or a Virgo may be helping you in some capacity in your journey. A Virgo may be someone helping you be your guide. Yeah, that's what, be your guide. Step into your role as guide, not be a guide. You're the guide. All right, so that's it for the signs that I have here. I think I've got them all. Yep. We're going to get some messages. What animal spirit is with you this week? We'll be using this deck. So what animal spirit has come to help Libra on their journey while they're in wonderful love, but to remember to make yourself first priority because you are an important teacher, an important spiritual teacher. So what's going on for Libra? What animal spirit has a message for Libra? Who's coming forward here for Libra for the week of March 7th? All right, Libra, who are we getting? What's your animal totem is here? Honeybee. Of course, honeybee. You've been so sweet. All that sweet loving and energy, bringing that, using your throat chakra to bring forth your heart medicine out of your heart, your Chiron. This is not focusing, but I'm going to read it anyways. It says, let your compassion and forgiveness be your top priority in the situation, right? So there's someone you need to forgive. I saw that person who rejected you, who walked away. Maybe somebody who left you when you needed them. Maybe it wasn't their fault. Probably not. I mean, literally, like, these things happen. They're karmic cycles or situations. It doesn't change the pain, right? We experience pain, but we've got to process that pain, move through that grief. So Honeybee here says, let compassion and forgiveness be your top priority. Oh, come on, focus, guy. Focus card. There we go. Tip that down. That helps. To reap all the sweetness that life has to offer, focus on compassion and forgiveness. There's a lot of life to be taken in. And you look like you're ready to do it, right? You're diving right in there. Compassion means that you have heartfelt empathy for the suffering and misfortune of others, yet remain somewhat detached, so that you don't take on their sorrow and distress as your own. Forgiveness requires that you first acknowledge and accept responsibility for your judgments, rather than pretending they don't exist or professing to always sustain a non-judgmental attitude. The next step is to release those judgments. So we had judgment come up here. That's part of the wheel, like needing to let go of the way you've judged other people in the past, the pain and the hurt that you've had in the past. It's blocking you. And so this lesson is to clear that for you. As well as having compassion, you can care about another person, you can be in a relationship, but really this is about making sure you remain your top priority, not falling into patterns where then you take on other people, situations, or their needs come before your needs. And this could also be too if you're a parent. You certainly can see that dynamic with your children, particularly if you have childhood wounds and then you're trying to heal those through your own children. So what the guidance here is that you should think of someone past or present with whom you have judgments or criticisms. So you definitely have someone from your past, a Libra, who has caused some serious problems for you. The recommendation here is trust that the first person that comes to mind is the appropriate one to start with. Consider 2 or 3 specific criticisms that you have about this individual, preferably captured with one word such as selfish or cold. Find a quiet place, go inside yourself, and look for that part of you that is exactly like what you're judging in the other person. This is so on point. I was just listening to a talk about shadow work. And the person was talking about how they discovered their shadow. In our relationships with other people really highlights the things that we find intolerable in the other is our own shadow looking back at us. It may be a very prominent part of yourself or rather small aspect. You may identify it by recalling times when you behaved in ways that resemble the part you're criticizing. So if you call somebody toxic, how have you been toxic? If you say someone's emotionally unavailable, how have you been emotionally unavailable? If you call someone immature, how have you been immature? this is a lesson for you. This is why the person is in your life, or this is why that experience has come to you. Once you discover that part of you, simply say to it, I love you and forgive you. It also helps to understand yourself, right? And know that we've always done the best that we can. So a bee is bee can sting you, but it also brings such beautiful honey, right? Like, I mean, that's the duality of life. We want life to be all roses and sunshine, and it's just not. And when it's not, we've decided it's just misery and pain and suffering. And it's polarization. Life is everything. It's all there to teach us how strong we are through unconditional love. When we're in alignment with love, God's spirit, that is unconditional love. And it's to show us our strength. If necessary, you may need to repeat, I love you and forgive you. I forgot the name of it. I'll look it up here in a minute. If necessary, I said that already. And notice which emotions are coming up for you. In the coming days, be aware of any feelings that arise that may be associated with this experience. Practice this at least once a day for the next few days and watch what happens. You will begin to heal. You will begin to heal is what's going to happen. Or release that shadow and come more into alignment with love. And not worry about being hurt. And just heal the rest of that wound. How do you spell it? Expression, right? Quote or prayer of forgiveness. And this helps move things back into balance, right? Balance was what this ultimately is about, is restoring balance. Balance. You're going to help restore the balance of the planet and your community, your families, but also balance within yourself, because everything is interrelated. And so it basically goes, where is this? There are 4 mantras. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. Right? So practice that one for yourself this week, Libra. Particularly when you find yourself you spending that time to be able to reflect on the one, right, the one who walked away, the one that you can't make sense of, right? You're releasing, is to see how they were a teacher for you, to understand those parts of your own shadow, and to develop compassion and forgiveness, because this, dear Libra, is why you incarnated through a Libra sign, is to bring balance to the world through your own experience, so you can be the guide and guide the rest of us in finding balance. All right, so have a good week.